welcome to my channel. So today is time for another storytime video about some of my crazy ass dates I go on. So this one, it's been a few months since I went on this date, but yeah, so I went on this date, when was it? June maybe? It's August now. I think it was June. It's been a while. But yeah, I met this guy on Bumble. I would say it was Bumble. He seemed nice enough, but kind of like the red flags went up, warning signs, like the night before. So we set up to meet. He was actually from the States. He was from San Francisco, I think. Which I lived in San Francisco for 2 years. So I was like, oh, that would be fun. He was a medical student, so I'm a nursing midwifery student. So I was like, oh, we'll have some stuff in common maybe. And he just seemed really nice. So yeah, so we were just gonna meet up on I think it was a Saturday or a Sunday. But it started out with, like, I went to bed early that night. I don't know, the night before, I don't know why, but I went to bed early. So I was asleep at like 10. I wake up the next morning before we were gonna go to this date. So we were gonna go for lunch. I wake up the next morning and he Snapchatted me, like drunk Snapchatted me. And I was like, ah, well, thanks for that. I don't even know you yet, but it wasn't anything like nude, thank God. But yeah, I think it was something like I Snapchatted like, oh yeah, going to bed now. But I put it in my story. I didn't like send it to him personally. Just put it in my story. And then like he said something like, oh yeah, I wish I was there, something like that. And I was like, okay. Anyway, I just let it go. I was like, well, you know, I'm already meeting this guy. You know, worst thing that happens is I don't like him and I don't see him again. So we went to meet up for lunch. Let's say this guy wasn't really my type. I would normally go for at all. But you know, I was like, think outside the box. You never know. Maybe this is the guy. So, you know, we met up for lunch and it was fine. He was really kind of like, I don't know, came across eventually really like slang. I don't know how to explain this. He was really like, he made a lot of compliments, but in like too much. It was to the point it got kind of creepy. So I would try to have a conversation with this guy, but he would always redirect it to me. So I felt like I couldn't have a conversation with him. So like, for example, I would ask him how he ended up in Brisbane. And then he would just say, oh, I heard this pretty girl Esther lived there. And I was like, okay. If I would ask another question, he would always like involve me in the answer, which was a bit weird because I couldn't have a conversation with this guy. So I was talking a lot, but I couldn't like get him to talk. It was really weird. Yeah, then he did like all these like kind of compliments. They weren't creepy compliments, most of them, but it was just like too much. So we were just eating and then we finished eating, and then for the people that are in Brisbane, we were in South Bank. So we just sat like next to the pool and put our feet in the water and stuff, and we were just sitting next to each other. And then he was very touchy-feely, very touchy-feely. So he was like constantly like trying to touch my leg and trying to touch me. And then yeah, like I wasn't really attracted to this guy at all. So I was kind of like, I need to kind of figure out a way out of here. But yeah, so he was really touchy-feely and he would like make these weird he was like, oh, you have nice legs, while he was touching my leg. Oh, you smell nice. And I was like, yeah, thanks. And then he tried to kiss me like all the time, which was really like he would kind of grab me. And I was like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't great, probably because I wasn't attracted to this guy. It was like shaking someone's hand. It was really weird. It wasn't as bad as the first kiss story that you can watch there, because that was horrid. But yeah, so that wasn't really, nah. So I kind of, sorry if you're watching this, I kind of made up an excuse that my housemate was cooking me dinner and I had to go. Which wasn't true, but I just needed to get away, find a way to get out of there. Like I was very close to like when he went to the bathroom to try and like get a friend to call me or something, or fake an emergency. But I didn't. I still lied. I still was like, well, you know, I have to leave now. So yeah, I left, and then yeah, never saw him again really. He tried to like get an extra 30 minutes. He's like, oh, can we stay another 30 minutes? I was like, no, I really have to go, I'm sorry. So yeah, so I left, and then we never talked again. So he ended up kind of weirdly Snapchatting me for a while, so I blocked him. Which I don't do that often, but there's some jerks out there that need to be blocked. I'm sorry. So yeah, I blocked him on Snapchat, and I haven't talked to him since. And I haven't really been on a date since either. So yeah, hopefully the next date story will be better. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any crazy, creepy date stories, leave them in the comments or message me on Instagram, because I have a Facebook page and Twitter as well, but I'm most active on Instagram or just on my comments down here. So here's my Instagram. Subscribe on the red subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!